Oh boy, this one's gonna get people mad. Hello guys, welcome back. I'm Grav, and today we're gonna be taking a look at the 2023 NHL All-Star Fan Vote. With every single division, we got 3 extra All-Stars that we can put in to go to South Florida for the All-Star game this year. So who do I think are the most deserving players to go? And most importantly, who will be the John Scott of 2023? Watch till the end for all the picks, and subscribe to the Sportsnet YouTube channel for the best sports coverage around. And now with the fan vote, we can put in who we want to see go to the All-Star game, and you guys know the picks that I make are just 100% the right ones, always. Now first up, let's start out with the Metro Division, and as you can see, we already got quite a bit of guys, one for each team. We got Shesterkin in goal, Svechnikov, Gaudreau, Hughes, Nelson, Hayes, Crosby, and Alex Ovechkin. Now I have a hunch here, but there might be some divisions here where it might actually be better to select 3 skaters instead of having 1 goalie, but I think the Metro is a much different situation. Now let's start with my first pick here, and I kind of go off the board and kind of unconventional with this one, but I think this player definitely deserves to be an All-Star, and quite frankly, way deserved to be an All-Star before the other player on his team, and that is, to me, from the Philadelphia Flyers, Travis Konechny, which his stats haven't even updated, but he has 21 goals in 34 games and 41 points up to this point, and got a big goal versus Toronto. That puts him 16th in the entire NHL in goal scoring under John Tortorella's system. He's been absolutely insane, but it also is just kind of confusing why Kevin Hayes is an all-star of all players. I mean, he has 35 points in 38 games, only 10 goals, was scratched earlier by John Tortorella, and has been really just accused multiple times of poor and lackluster defense, which is true, by the way. So the fact that Kevin Hayes is an all-star and we have to vote Travis Konechny in is a sham. Now going on to my second pick for the skaters in the Metro, they haven't selected a defenseman up to this point, and to me, Adam Fox is an absolute must. 40 points in 41 games, but it's truly his defensive game that has taken huge leaps this season. Last year, we saw a little bit of a dip in his consistency. This year, though, he's been so good and just as good off the puck as he is with it, which with it, he's one of the best defensemen out there. But to me, Fox will be my second skater on the roster. Now for the Metro, we need one more goaltender, and to me, nobody makes as much sense as Ilya Sorokin of the New York Islanders. I got you there for a second, didn't I? 924 save percentage this year, first in goals saved above expected. There's a case to be made that alongside Linus Ullmark, he's been the best goaltender in the NHL this year, and the fact that there's a chance that he just is not on the All-Star roster whatsoever is just a complete farce. He absolutely deserves to be here. Now, there were 3 big honorable mentions in the Metro. Nico Hischier, Marty Necas, and Matthew Barzal were all knocking on the door, and I would maybe have Necas instead of Konechny if I were to change anything, but all 3 of those guys I could definitely see being deserving. But now we have the Atlantic Division. You got Linus Ullmark for the Bruins, Tage Thompson, Dylan Larkin, Tkachuk, Suzuki, Kucherov, and Mitch Marner. Now for me, the first player I need to include here is an absolute must. A player that, due to the 1 player per team baseline, wasn't included in the initial rosters, but should be in everybody's roster. If he isn't on your roster, I will find you, and I will give you a very good conversation where I will convince you that David Pastrnak is an all-star this year. These stats aren't even updated, and he just got a hat trick and another assist, so make it 58 points in 40 games as well as 32 goals. Pastrnak should be on every single person's list. It would be disrespectful if he wasn't. Now for my second skater, I was really tempted to go for William Nylander because he's been absolutely insane this year, and I really think it would be awesome to see him there, but I really couldn't justify having anybody else but Rasmus Dahlin. Since, of course, the Atlantic doesn't have another defenseman, with Dahlin, he has 44 points in 36 games this year, 12 goals as well, has been absolutely terrific on the offensive side of things, and I think almost because the Atlantic needs a D-man, Dahlin will be an obvious choice, but also how he's been able to play this year. He's in the Norris Trophy contention, could possibly win it by the end of the season, and he has to be here. And then we have to put in a goaltender, and I mean, look at these options. it's Andre Vasilevskiy. As much as it is boring, as much as it just is the same old pick, there's nobody else you could justify besides Vasilevskiy, so he will be the last player. So we got Pastrnak, Dahlin, and Vasilevskiy as our 3 picks in the Atlantic. Now, for the Central Division, we got Saros for the Preds, Clayton Keller, Seth Jones, Cale Makar. I still can't believe that Seth Jones is an all-star this year, but besides that, Jason Robertson, Kirill Kaprizov, Vladimir Tarasenko, and Josh Morrissey. Now, let's start off with the first skater pick here. And again, just like Pastrnak, if this guy isn't on your roster, I just want to know what's wrong with you, honestly. And that to me is, of course, Mikko Rantanen, who this year in 38 games has 48 points, 26 goals, and in terms of goal scoring, he has the best percentage of his team's goals among any NHL player this year. So he's driving the most offense and the most amount of goals on his team, and especially with McKinnon gone, he even found a different gear. He was better than he was before, and to me, especially with how good he is defensively as well, Rantanen has to be here for his efforts. Now, going on to our last skater here, to me, it's a really close race between Kyle Connor and Rupe Hintz. With Connor, he has more points, but to me, even if I might be a little bit biased here as a Stars fan, I much prefer Rupe Hintz' defense compared to Kyle Connor's. So just for the overall impact and what also Hintz has been able to do alongside Jason Robertson, having them both there together would be absolutely perfect. And also having the Finnish connection between Rantanen and Hintz and UC Saros, that's a must. Now, Jets fans, I will make it up to you guys because for my goaltender pick, I mean, it kind of has to be Connor Hellebuyck. Jake Ottinger is close behind, I would say. But Hellebuck's second in save percentage, second in goals saved above expected. People were saying he was washed after still having a pretty good season last year, but this year he's been among the best and right there in the Vezina Trophy conversation. And I think alongside Josh Morrissey has got to be there. So for our three picks, we got Rantanen, Hintz, and Connor Hellebuyck in goal for the Central. But I will still say I am sorry to Connor Hellebuyck for having Seth Jones on his defense. It's just the way it has to go, buddy. Alright, so now we go on to the Pacific Division where you got Logan Thompson, Troy Terry, Kadri, McDavid, Fiala, Carlson, Beniers, and Elias Pettersson. I mean, there's some great players here, obviously, but this roster has its work cut out for them. Now, starting us off in the Pacific Division, I mean, come on. Yeah, Leon Draisaitl is going to be on the roster, 62 points in 39 games. We get it. But the next pick kind of gets a little bit juicy, but to me, I kind of would like to see Bo Horvat. Imagine he potentially gets traded before the All-Star game or has his last hurrah, kind of like Claude Giroux last year, but 29 goals. The guy's been absolutely unreal. Give him this last dance with Vancouver, send him with an actually good player with Elias Pettersson, which is more than the Canucks have done really throughout most of Bo Horvat's career, and give him one last hurrah, a part of the Vancouver organization. The guys deserved it. And you know what? Going on to the goaltending, there always has to be some weird all-star picks, but to me, this is a player that I think deserves more respect, and I don't even care if he gets John Scott treatment to some. This guy deserves to be here. In goal for the LA Kings, Phoenix Copley with a .904 save percentage, but a 10-2-0 record. Do not disrespect Copley, all right? The Cop has been absolutely brilliant this season with a 258 goals against average, and he's been an average goaltender for the LA Kings, and they've actually gotten 10-2 in record under him. It's amazing how bad the LA Kings goaltending has been that Copley with a .904 save percentage can be the savior. But dang it, send Copley to the All-Star game. Hashtag Copley All-Star. We need to make it happen. And who else are you going to send to the All-Star game of the Pacific? Spencer Martin, who has an 883 save percentage. Anthony Stolarz with his 888 save percentage. No! Hashtag Copley All-Star. So these are my all-star picks throughout the NHL. We got Konechny, Fox, Sorokin, Pastrnak, Dahlin, Vasilevsky, Rantanen, Hintz, Hellebuyck, and Draisaitl, Horvat, and hashtag Copley All-Star. But thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Comment down below, what are your thoughts on my all-star picks? And of course, what do you guys agree and disagree with? I mean, no, nobody will be able to disagree with the Copley pick, but let me know with all your other picks, what you guys think about him. And I will see you in the next video or stream. Have a great day, y'all, and I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.